Okay, so we've seen three different methods of making iTwin platform API calls, from the most do-it-yourself with the fetch method to using a client package, and then we generated a client on the fly. So the last method that we're going to cover is using a React component from an NPM package. So there's going to be some functionality that's going to be common between different iTwin apps. For example, listing the iModels with their thumbnails. So using a existing component makes sense in these situations with the benefits that it'll be simple to add to your app, it'll already be well styled, and there's not going to be much effort on your part to get it implemented. So let's find an existing component that we're going to add to our app. I'm going to start in GitHub where we have the admin components React repo in the iTwin organization. This repo contains several different packages, one of which is iModel Browser React package. And inside of that package is an iModel grid component that I'm going to use instead of my home cooked iModels component table. So this component has several props that you can use. We're going to have to pass it that access token that we've been using, project ID, and it has on thumbnail click are the three props that I'm going to use for this example. So the first thing you're going to have to do is install this package. That. All right, so now that the package is installed, I'm going to hop over to app.tsx, and I'm going to use the component, the iModel grid component, instead of my home cooked iModels table component. So let's just switch this out. iModel grid. There were three props, as you remember: access token. There was project ID, which we're going to do is selected project ID, the member variable. And finally, there was the on thumbnail click that I wanted to implement. And I'm just going to do a little paste in this where I'm just going to have an alert, maybe launch a viewer, maybe do something else later. But just going to leave it as implemented in this way for now. All right, let's start up our app. So let's see how this looks. Here, the component provides a nice placeholder here. I believe it was a prop where I could change some of this. When I click on this, it's going to have its own loader. It went pretty fast, but you saw it there. And this tile looks pretty good. When I click on it, it does my little alert. Maybe I would implement the click of an iModel to something different in the future. But for now, it's just like that. Now that I implemented this iModel grid component, this app is really starting to shape up. So you should check out our GitHub org, search that for any reusable components that you might want to use in your app, find one that works for you and add it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The final way of using iTwin platform in your applications.